Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. And welcome to another installment of What? Dear Deja. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, you know the drill. Hit the thumbs up. Go and hit the thumbs up, okay? If you're new here, please subscribe to my channel. Also hit the notification bell because I want you to get all the notifications when I do my live at 5 every Tuesday and Friday. And also when I drop my Dear Dejas Monday, Wednesday, Thursday at 7 a.m. And then I randomly drop my unpopular opinion videos. I want y'all to have all of that, right? Also, stick around. Stick around. Don't leave. Because after I give my commentary on this Dear Deja letter, I want to hear some of your feedback in the comments as well. Okay? Okay. So let's get started on the Dear Deja letter. All right. Why is my sister texting me? Hold on.
Deja, you said the guy that Jay-Z and Beyonce is giving presenting the award to is a guy named John Black or something like that.
Look at her asking me questions. I'm sorry, Dear Deja, y'all. Yes, that's his name, and I'm recording Dear Deja. Bye. I'm sorry. All right, let's get started on this Dear Deja letter. My bad, my bad. Dear Deja. Dear Deja, I'm the fat girl in my friend circle, so I know you can relate. Okay, hey girl. My homegirls and I have been rocking for forever, so we have good relationships, and we've almost, for the most part, have been able to get along. 8 months ago, I gave birth. Oh, okay. I thought they were kidding about postpartum. When I tell you that shit hit me hard, I mean it hit me hard. It knocked me down. I'm still struggling. My friends saw that I was struggling and decided to plan a girls' trip to cheer me up. I was so appreciative of that. While on the trip, the day after our beach day, I scheduled a massage and ended up not going. My friends must have assumed that I did because they checked my room and I wasn't there, but it's because I was actually meditating in a private bathroom attached to my room. When I exited the bathroom and sat on my bed to gather my thoughts, I heard my friends having a discussion, and to my surprise, it was about me. They were discussing my weight gain since I've had the baby, the decline in my mental health, my lack of parenting skills, and how miserable they feel I'm making my husband. I was horrified. I went back in the bathroom to hide, and eventually they left to make a mall run. We had 2 more days left on the trip, so in order for me not to overreact, I came up with a plan. I'll wait and see if they were having this nasty and disrespectful conversation because they brought me on this trip to address some of them issues as my friends, which wouldn't bother me because as friends, I don't mind them holding me accountable. Well, the trip came and went and nobody said a word about all the vile shit these bitches was saying behind my back. I played it cool, and the moment I said my goodbyes at the airport and got in my Uber to head home, I concluded these bitches are dead to me. Since then, I have been disconnected from these women completely. It's been 3 months. The other day, a cousin of mine called me who has a baby with one of my ex-friend's brother and shared with me her baby father said his sister has been diagnosed with cancer. I'm numb. A part of me wants to reach out and pray with her because I know she needs it. The other part is still hurt about all the bad things she said about me behind my back. I'm honestly confused on what I should do. Please, I could use your advice. Sign, should I give grace to a bitch who played in my face? Oh, child. Okay. All right. I don't know. My energy is low. It's been low since the beginning of this week, and it's Sunday and I still can't shake it because like I shared with you guys on Live at 5, I got some bad news last week and it ended up getting worse, so hearing that letter was like, oh, it makes my spirits heavier, right? Let me first start off by saying this. My prayers is with the young lady. My prayers is with the young lady because I just actually lost a friend to cancer, and my God, it's wicked. It's wicked, and it can really, really take a toll, right? And it can come swift and abruptly and hard, until it wins, from what I see, right? So my prayers are with the young lady that, God will turn things around, and, this will be just a bump in the road and not the end of it, right? So that's one piece of it. The second piece of it is my apologies on your friend's behalf to you, because it made me sad to hear you say about your struggle with postpartum, and then it made me even more sad to hear the people who you feel are very, very close to you could have been doing a little bit of judging, about your situation, when really and truly, like you said in the letter, you were struggling, right? So let me make sure that I send out my apologies to you on their behalf, because that was very insensitive to be having all of this dialogue without you present or without ever sharing it with you, right? Because I know for me and my friend circles, I don't really mind if they talk amongst each other about me, right? So if I have two friends and it's like, listen, bitch, we was cursing you the fuck out behind your back, I'm cool on that. I just hope at some point, whatever I did to upset you, you bring it to the forefront so we can resolve it and move forward. So it's unfortunate that they never got a chance to say anything to you on the trip, which, like you said, that would have been the best place to do so, because if you wanted to break down and y'all wanted to have a private moment, y'all could have done so there, right? So I wish that they would have shared some of their concerns with you, because I don't only think it was just about talking about you. I think that they were honestly and genuinely concerned about what they were seeing. It's just an issue that they didn't express those concerns to try to help make their friend better. So that is hurtful. And it does sound like it's even more hurtful because you shared in the letter, these are friends that you've had for years. So I can't imagine how it made you feel to feel so disrespected by them and then have to discontinue the friendship. So that's a sad thing, right? I was having this conversation yesterday with one of my very best friends. We have 30 plus years in the game. Shout out Kenny. And he's the relative of the person that we lost to cancer, right? And I was just sharing with him, we all fall on hard times and bad times, me included. We all fall on hard times and bad times. We also can fall on hard times and bad times in relationships. Me personally, I'm not a grudge holder, right? I'm not a grudge holder. I can be fucking pissed with a person and I can curse them out. I can, feel a way about what they did, but eventually I'll get over it. What I think that can take place with people is, and it's funny because I was watching a Big Sexy interview where he said this, is that a situation can occur between people and it can really change and shape the way they are with each other. With you just flat out disconnected, right? I can't gauge how you should handle the situation, right? My only concern is something that you said in the letter that I want to address, which is, a part of my spirit wants to reach out to her and pray with her, right? And I feel like a part of your spirit is having that feeling because you kind of in the back of your mind know that that's what you should do. Right? And I get that you want to stand on business and be pissed about what was said about you and so on and so forth. I get that. I totally get that. I get that hurt you. I get that, it was unfortunate. I get that it was something that really penetrated. I got all of that. And I understand that you disconnected from them. That was your response to that. Can't judge you about that. But the fact that something is resonating in you that makes you feel like you need to reach out to her makes me feel like you need to reach out to her. Because it's one thing to be a grudge holder, right? But if that's the case, you have to really hold the grudge if that's what you're trying to do. It doesn't sound like you're a grudge holder. It doesn't. It sounds like something happened with your friends and it hurt you. And because you were so hurt, you didn't want to address it, so you just removed yourself from it. That would be fine, but I don't feel like that was the best decision for you, because in these moments, you want to go back in it. And why I brought up my best friend is because I was sharing with him. How you deal with disconnection is contingent upon where you are, right? For me, I'm not prideful. So I'm not the family member. I'm not the friend. I'm not the lover and I'm not the colleague that's going to miss you and not call you, miss you and don't talk to you, miss you and don't reach out, want to apologize and make amends and don't do it. I'm not her. I'm not her. I'm not her. You know why? Because I don't want to live with regrets. I don't want to live with regrets. I don't want to sit around knowing that I really, really, really missed you and I really, really needed to talk to you, but I'm so busy standing in my pride that I don't do so. I'm not that person. I'm not that person. I'm also a thinker, which I challenge you to be. So before I just come out and say, oh, I don't want to be your girlfriend no more. I don't want to be your family member no more. I don't want to be your coworker no more. I don't want to be your friend no more. I have actually thought it through and processed my feelings. And I think for you, you were so hurt, and going through so much at the time that you didn't think it through and process your feelings. You chose the fight or flight response, which was you hit the flight button. You hit the flight button, right? And granted, nobody can tell you which button to hit because nobody feels the way you feel. But at the end of the day, if the flight button would have been the right response for you, you wouldn't be having the feelings that you're having right now. Right now, you would not be feeling like I need to call this girl and pray with her had you felt that disconnecting from her was 100% the right reason. The right choice. I'm sorry. So I think, my dear, that although you made a decision that you felt was best at the time, you also made it from what? Ding, 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 ding. A traumatized space. So the flight, my dear, was your trauma response. Operation Heal 100 Hearts is a trauma-centered network. It's a trauma-centered network. It's specifically geared towards helping folks deal with their trauma. You just gave birth to a baby. You're going through postpartum. Your life is, to some degree feeling like it's falling apart because you're having so many struggles. You don't need any added struggles onto you. And what happened was hearing your friends talk so badly about you and possibly saying some things that either you feel about yourself or you already know was added stress. And when they added that stress to you, instead of you being able to say, I can work through this, your trauma response was just to get the fuck away from it. The same way you've been trying to get away from everything since you've been in this predicament. So you disconnecting from your friend group, it wasn't the right thing for you to do. It's just what you wanted to do in the moment because guess what? You were hurt and you were traumatized. And I get that, right? I get that. I totally understand and get, wow, how could my homegirls be saying these things about me? But let's take a deeper dive into that. Were you so traumatized and hurt because some of these things may be true? Were you so traumatized and hurt because some of these things you already know? Were you so traumatized and hurt because none of it is the truth and they were lying on you? I'm inclined to go into the direction of you either was thinking those things about yourself or you know that they're true, because I feel like the type of person you're describing you are, if what they were saying was lies, I don't think you would have been able to contain yourself in that room. I think you would have bust out there and be like, wait, bitch, I am not. You know what I'm saying? That would have been more your response because that's not true. And I don't think you would have been hurt. You just would have been angry because you're fucking lying, bitch. But I think you were more hurt because y'all my bitches. Y'all my people I love. Y'all my circle. I'm here with y'all. I thought I came here to be loved on and protected. And now when I get down here to hear all of the negative things that either I know or feel about myself, y'all know them too. And y'all using it for conversation amongst each other instead of, taking me and loving on me and hugging on me and trying to help me get through this, which is what I thought y'all brought me here for. So I get the pain. I understand the pain, right? But I think the pain encouraged you to make a decision that you really did not want to make, right? And I want to really, 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 really work through this with you, because if you're not clear on your decision and something happens with your friend, that, my dear, is going to break you. It's going to break you. Mm-hmm. It's going to break you. It's going to break you because you're going to live with a lot of regret surrounding what took place between you and your friend. And you're also going to live with that regret because to some degree you're going to know that it's your fault that it went the way that it went. Not solely your fault, but some of your fault. Right? And again, like I said earlier, when I spoke about me not being prideful, when I know that I have a 10% wrong in a situation, knowingly, right? I know I did something wrong. Then once again, I'm not prideful. Even if that person got 90 and I only got 10, I'm still going to make it better. Hey, what's up? What did I do wrong? How can we get past this? What are you upset about? Lay it out for me. Blase, blah, blase, blah, blase, blah, blase, blah, right? Because once again, I'm not prideful and I also participated, even if it's that only little bit of 10% in what is causing us to have friction at the moment. So let me also be participatory in fixing it. Let me also be participatory in fixing it. Right? Because to some degree, I have to take ownership in some of my part. Right? Now, I think that's why you're feeling like help you need advice. What can you do about the situation? You can follow your heart. You can follow your heart. And what your heart is telling you to do is call your friend and pray with her. Yes, it's just the reason why you're struggling with that decision is because once again, you're hurt. You heard about what y'all went through. You heard what y'all went through. She just isn't aware of, from what I'm guessing. You heard about what you overheard. You heard about what they said. You heard about some of that ish being true. You heard about thinking some of that ish your motherfucking self about yourself. So before we even get to what the friend said, what about the things that you were growing through? What about maybe some of the things that they were saying was some of the things you knew was right? Maybe some of the things that they were saying is some of the things that you think about yourself, which is what has you in the depression that you were in. Is it their fault that they're just saying it out loud? You understand what I'm saying? So I think that, instead of you being angry with these young ladies, you were hurt. You were hurt. You were hurt. You were hurt. And I get why you were hurt. From what you expressed in the letter, who wouldn't be? You know what I'm saying? Those are some harsh things to say about a person who's already going through a harsh time. So I get that. I get that. I also get you creating some space between the two of you because then it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what these people think of me. But I don't think it's necessarily what they think of you. I think it's just what was taking place at the moment, but they forgot to have that conversation with you. And like I said, it seems as though they invited you somewhere to, quote unquote, help you get through what you're going through. And now you get me down here and you just basically talking behind my back about my situation without talking to me about it. And the only way that we can grow through this situation is if you communicate the things that y'all see and feel to me, because then maybe I can offer some communication about what I'm going through and we can move forward. But if y'all whispering and now it has been charged to the gossip list as opposed to it being a conversation with communication that can be comprehensive and helps everybody out, then does it really work? Is it good for me? Did y'all do this to my benefit or did y'all bring me down here to laugh at me? Did y'all bring me down here because y'all trying to have a pity party for me? Or y'all saved me? I could see all of those being thoughts that arise. Which again, like I said, will further hurt you because it's like y'all my homegirls. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I think that you really made your decision because you were hurt and traumatized. And now you're in a situation where God really, 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 really wants to show you the length and the strength of you and these young ladies' friendship. Right? And it's up to you to take the task on or to move forward. What I get from you is that, your heart wants to pray with your friend. Your heart wants to pray with your friend. But because you're still hurt about what happened, you need somebody to advise you to do so. I'm just advising you to follow your heart. Wherever that leads you is wherever you should go. If this was a real situation that you had no regrets, about disconnecting from and discontinuing, then you will not feel the way that you feel. You will not feel torn between reconnecting and moving forward. You would just move forward. It would be no qualms about it. The fact that it's tugging at your heartstrings to reconnect is because that is what you should do. You love that person, you care about them, and you know that they're going through one of the worst times in their lives. And because you love that person and you care about them, you want to be there for them. You should do that. Because that's what's in your heart. And we always follow our heart. It's what God places in there to make us who we are. Right? So for me, hearing this situation and seeing your apprehension about standing on business, it lets me know that you don't need to stand on business. The business that you need to stand on is going to pray with your friend, because that's ultimately what you want to do. Right? And sitting around trying to prove to yourself or other people, or also dealing with things from a traumatized space, it doesn't benefit anybody. It doesn't benefit anybody. Anytime that you have to disconnect from a job, a family member, a friend, or a lover, I always advocate for folks to think things through. Think it through. Think it through. Don't sit up there and make the decision hastily. Don't make the decision off the first thing that they do. Don't make the decision abruptly. Think it through. Sit with it. I also offer people, don't always run everything by everybody else. People have their own personal experiences. So most times that's how they give you advice. Oh, listen, when my man did this, I left him. So you telling me your man did the same thing my ex-man did, so you should leave him too. Yeah, my ex-man is not your ex-man. You know what I'm saying? So the only person that you should consult with when you have to make those breaks is God. You also pay attention to who God sent you to consult with, right? Because you will know where them angelic messages come from, right? They will come out of nowhere. Somebody will reach out and just drop a gem on you, and you'll know what to do to move forward, right? So when you have to make those decisions to say again, if you're working at a job, I've been at this job 20 years and, I feel blah, 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 blah. Sit with that decision for some time. Sit with it. Work through it. Make a pros and cons list. Really, really dig into your feelings. Really, really get into who you are and how this benefits or doesn't benefit you. And really also be able to assess how you can move forward after the decision that you made. Because I always tell people the goal on the healing journey is to be happy. Is to be happy. You cannot make decisions that's going to make you miserable and then say, I want to be happy. How? So if you're deciding to leave a job, to move out of an apartment, to break up with a lover, to disconnect from a colleague, a family member, a friend, then you have to sit with that decision and make sure it's best for you, because when you decide to make it, you need to be okay with what takes place after, right? So that's just like when you're in a long-term relationship and things is going wrong, and in the haste of the moment, you're like, you know what, I'm tired of shit, fuck you. Yeah, right now you're angry with me. But if you sat with this and thought long and hard about it and say, you know what, I just might need to go on a different path in my life. Me and this person is not in alignment anymore. When you have to disconnect from them, you don't feel the yearning of, am I making the right decision? You feel like, no, I thought it through and I did what was best for me. And that's ultimately what we need to do. And if being a good person in your friend circle is ultimately what you need to do, don't let one situation, 2 situations, 3 situations stop you from being that person or stop you from being that person's friend. Right? So at the end of the day, if that friend circle is your sister circle and y'all just hit a bump in the road, that's fine. We all hit them. You let them know what happened that caused y'all to hit that bump, how y'all want to proceed to move forward so we don't hit that bump ever again. And if they're on board with the same plan, then you guys get on with it. That's okay. That's okay. But if you are deciding to disconnect from any long-term situation, think it through. Think it through. Sit with your feelings. Pray about it. Pay attention to the angels and the angelic messages that God sends you that lets you know you made the right decision. But when you do things hastily and you have a trauma response to everything that happens to you, we don't get the best you. We don't get the best you. You think your baby and your husband want to see you sitting around crying if, God forbid, something happens to your friend and you let her go, God forbid, and you guys were not on good terms? How would that make you feel? You wouldn't be okay with it. Therefore, you wouldn't show up okay. And your whole goal is to try to show up okay because, like you said, you've been in pain for so long. So once again, my dear, I'm not telling you to do anything other than follow your heart. That's all I can tell you. That's the only thing that I can tell you. I personally feel like your heart is leading you to go pray with your friend, but only you know what's in your heart, which is why you wrote this letter. So at the end of the day, my only wish is that you follow your heart and you don't let anybody deter you from doing so. Follow your heart because God placed those feelings and those messages and those actions and behaviors in your heart because that's unique to who you are and how you should show up in this world. Continue to do so. And if following your heart is you saying, you know, I'll pray for my friend from afar, I don't want to go back and entertain that friendship, then you have to be okay with that. If following your heart is no, I need to go and be by my friend's bedside and pray every day and every night with her to help her get through this, let her see my face in her moments of adversity, then follow your heart and be okay with that decision after you make it. Right? But just be clear that you're making the best decision for you, because you want to make sure you show up on this planet who God intended you to be. Anything else is an imposter, and you will suffer because of it. Okay, baby. So, you know, once again, I'm praying for your friend. I'm genuinely praying for your friend. I'm praying for your decision. I'm praying for your decision because whatever one you make, I pray that God will put peace in your mind, heart, body, and soul to make it without any, you know, qualms and confusion surrounding it. Okay, I pray that, you know, if it's meant to remain and maintain a sisterhood, that you guys get the opportunity to do so. I pray that if you decide to move forward from that sisterhood, that God will continuously bless you with sisters to come, to be able to build solid bonds that you can trust and be vulnerable in, you know, and knowing that they have your back instead of talking behind it. Okay? So, like I said, girlfriend, what I will say is if you feel comfortable, and this wasn't enough dialogue for you, right? I want you to come for your Operation Heal 100 Heart session. And if you want to come before you go see your friend, if you decided to go see your friend, come sooner than later, right? Because we all think that we have time until we don't. Okay, but I anticipate seeing you really soon. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, that was a heavy one for me, especially after a heavy week. But God is good. God is good, right? God is good. God is good all the time, right? Let me also preface that by saying rest in peace to both sides. Once again, my prayers and my heart goes out to the Brian and the Keene family. You know, he will be sorely missed, you know, but to be absent from the body means to be present with the Lord. So I pray that he has made it into the pearly gates and was accepted by God and his Father, right? Also, thank you guys for your support. Thank you so much. It's Aquarius season. Oh, I just eating. Yes, this one will probably this will drop Thursday, the day before my birthday. I have no plans. You know, I have no plans for right now. But things are in the making. Please know. All right. So once again, thank you guys for your support. You should be right now dropping down in the comments. Right now, you should be dropping down in the comments, leaving your feedback. You should have hit the thumbs up on this video 28 minutes and 40 seconds ago. You should be subscribed to my channel, and the notification bell should be on so you can get all of my Dear DJs, all of my live at 5s, all of my unpopular opinion notifications, and you can come join the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, live at 5 happens every Tuesday and Friday. I'm still debating if it'll happen this Friday because it's my birthday and I want to spend it quiet, right? So I don't know if Live at 5 will be taking place this Friday. I'll keep you guys posted. But in any event, the regularly scheduled programming for Live at 5 is every Tuesday and every Friday. I randomly drop my unpopular opinions. I might be coming with some this week because I heard some stuff over the weekend that we might need to talk about. Please tune into Dear DJ. Please tune into Live at 5. This year is the year of support, so I don't need anything monetarily. I just need you guys to like, share, comment, subscribe, and also get other folks to do the same. It's Aquarius season. Oh, my bitches is eating. Yes. So thank you guys. I love you guys, and I will see you soon.